the main event, everyone's favorite segment of the week. We're going into the dungeon for JD's Week 5 keys to victory, everybody.
Lock in, Chiefs Kingdom, Jason Dunn's dropping dimes. 10 keys to victory is football time. He's been in the trenches, he's battled the best. Breaking down the matchups, forget all the rest. From Mahomes to the defense, the blueprint is clear. JD's got the knowledge that the fans want to hear. Keys to the game, straight from a pro. How the Chiefs take the win, he's letting you know. Lock in, Chiefs Kingdom, Jason Dunn's dropping dimes. 10 keys to victory is football time.
You best believe the Chiefs are down there for business and blood. What is going down, everyone? How is everyone doing tonight? This is another episode of Keys of Victory. Yes, sir. You are down here in the dungeon with JD. See if I'm getting get all my stuff right, man. You know, get some things, just kind of balance some things out a little bit. So y'all just bear with me. While y'all bearing with me, I can talk to y'all a little bit. Went ahead and took the victory from last week. Great victory. Beat supposedly crippled and half dead and decimated, men short football team apparently from Baltimore. Okay, apparently they decided they weren't going to show up to play the games with the Chiefs. That's what I'm understanding. That because when I hear from everybody else, the whole commentaries and everybody getting out here, the talking heads. Well, that just, the victory didn't really mean a whole lot. It didn't really mean a whole lot to the Chiefs or the rest of the NFL. Well, they should have beat the Ravens. Should have beat the Ravens. Even though at the first of the season, they had the Ravens up there and they might win. And this might be Lamar's year to go ahead and do everything. And last I checked, Lamar was on the field. Started out the game. Matter of fact, the first drive, they went down and scored. If I'm not mistaken. If my TV was broken, I didn't see it the right way. I think that's what happened. Then, of course, everybody's like, oh, see, here goes the Chiefs. We knew the Ravens were going to come back. They're on the upswing. And then all of a sudden, things started to shift a little bit. We went down, got a field goal, got 2 field goals. Then everything started coming into focus for the things that we needed to do. We had a chance and opportunity to remember who we were. So one of the things we wanted to accomplish last week, we wanted everybody to see that the Chiefs were back. We wanted everybody to understand that we've been putting all this time to get better. The growth in itself was going to bring a victory, especially in Arrowhead. And the crowd was on top of them. They was yelling and screaming at them, and they didn't know what to do. Derrick Henry, all of a sudden, wasn't getting the runs in the game. He was getting popped. And Lamar tried to come out with a little bit of his magic to kind of do his thing. And it didn't work out. Before you knew it, our mallard duck, okay, our decoy, we started to throw him the football often and early. Run the ball often and early. See, and I said as soon as the Xavier Worthy was going to play, he's not a decoy. It's not what he is. If Warren was going to play, he wears number 1 for a reason. He's a tough kid. He came in and he showed out exactly what he was supposed to do. Now, get the victory, decisive victory. Lamar hurts his hamstring, okay? Now, he may play this week, he may not. I don't know what it is. But I tell you what was more hurt than his hamstring, his pride. That was what was hurt more than anything else, his pride. And also, too, what I seen was a lot of this backtracking. I mean, it looked like Michael Jackson, doing a moonwalk. You know what I'm saying? Just start moonwalking a little bit back. I don't know. we got? Is that really the Chiefs? Nah, it's the Ravens. The Ravens are terrible. They ain't got nobody. Look, who they got? They only beat the Giants, and they only beat the Ravens. And they got beat by Philadelphia. They got beat by the Chargers. So Marcus, can you play that video real quick? Just that little video, okay? And we'll see if that comes up. We're going to just show you a little bit how some of the media still talks about the Chiefs. So
you see them.
2 losses. The 2 wins that they had were over the New York Giants and the decimated Baltimore Ravens. Not that impressive to me, whereas the losses were versus the Chargers and the Eagles. I think there are big-time issues with this Chiefs team, and I'm looking more at the losses than I am the wins.
Yeah, I see it the same way, in large part because the Chiefs' offense is one-dimensional. They can't run the football. There is no...
Well, there you go. And that is courtesy of Chiefs Receipts. Chiefs Receipts, if you see this thing, man, shout out to you for bringing in all this great content that you do, provided for us. Because I tell you what, man, I'm going to be pulling a lot of these things out like you do. You do a great job of it. Guess what? That's just not the only one. It ain't the only receipt. There's several that came out. So we don't look at this team as the 2-win team. It's the 2-loss team. Because the Giants and everything else we're supposed to beat. I kind of figured everybody gets paid in the NFL to win games. That's what you come out to do, right? You know what? Hey, you know what Herm Edwards used to say? Old coach of mine, hello, you play to win the game. You don't play to show up. You play to win. And I tell you what, it don't matter what people say about us. Doesn't matter how decisive our win is going to be. People are at the point in their time in their life that they're just tired of the Chiefs winning. They loathe the Chiefs. That's what they do. They loathe the Chiefs. That's the reality, okay? That's what's going on right now, okay? They can't stand us. They can't stand Patrick Mahomes. They can't stand Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. They can't stand KC Wolf. They can't stand Andy Reid. We on every commercial. They are just tired of the Chiefs, right? That's what it is. Well, guess what? Y'all get used to it because we're going to be here. We're going to be here for quite a while. As long as PM15 is right there, throwing that rock, we're going to be here for a while. Now, we're going to talk about these Jaguars real quick because everybody talking about how good the Jaguars are. They're pretty good defense. Not taking nothing away from them, okay? They're out there, and they got one of the best defenses in the league. Great against the red zone, great against all these other. So we got a little something for them, okay? So we talk about these keys to victory, how it's going to look. Now, what do we have to do when we go down there to Jacksonville? Now, we said the weather might be okay. It may not be. It might be a little monsoon. We don't quite know what the weather's going to be, right? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because all that matters is when you still hit people in the mouth, it takes them out the game. We're going to go down there. We're going to tattoo quite a few jokers up when we get down there in Jacksonville. Now, let's talk about this thing right here. So, number one key we're talking about, right? Hey, play fast. Get the ball in the hands of the playmakers. That's what we need to do. Well, shoot. Coach Dunn, who's the playmakers on the team? Well, we got a lot of playmakers. That's one thing that we do have. We got a ton of guys that can make some plays. Tons of them. So, hey, we know we got Worthy, Hollywood, Thornton, Juju, Trav, Gray. I mean, I can keep naming them. Smith, Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco. I mean, we got tons of them. So that's what we're gonna do. Get the ball in the plans of get the ball in the hands of the playmakers. That's what it is. That's the first thing we have to do. Number two, more balance and tempo to the offense. Been saying this all year. Last week we decided to do it. It looked great. More balance and tempo to what we were doing. And it took us a little bit. After the first quarter, still wasn't where we needed to be. We finally figured it out. Now, the defense did a great job getting the ball back for us. That's what we needed. Leo Chanel catching that ball. Shoot. I'm going to say yes, okay? Leo Chanel could come in the backfield on short yardage. Matter of fact, you could use him as opposed to a tackle and catch the football if you wanted to. Leo Chanel could go down on the goal line. You could use that too. Just a little something there if we wanted to do a little bit of that. But hey, that's our tight ends job. That's why our TEs. Hey, that's why we go right here to number 3. Unleash the TEs in this game. Unleash the Krakens, the TEs in this game. That's what we have to do. Travis Kelce rules the middle. Okay? They run a lot of zone. Travis Kelce is going to be the guy this game. I'm looking at Travis Kelce to have at least 6. I think he said 94 yards. He might be close to 100 this game. I'm telling you. Noah Gray, same thing. Is this going to be the first game we see Robert Tonyan catching the football? Is Bob going to get a little bit of, is Bob going to get a little taste of things? Huh? Down in Jacksonville? I do hope so. I do hope so. Got to unleash the tight ends this game. Number 4, protect the football. But take shots. Let me be clear. This is a very stingy defense. We got to protect the football. They do takeaways really well. They play fast. We understand that. Do a great job of that. But we have to take shots. That shouldn't scare us at all. Like I said last week, the Bill Parcells quote, we can't worry about going down in flames. Hey, look, we are on a whole different mission than everybody else. Everybody else want to say, well, who's the top teams and all this? We on a whole different mission. We are. We're going to let the chips fall where they may. Doesn't matter what everybody else thinks, okay? But in this game, we got to take the shots. So we got a chance to go up top when we need to, okay? The number 5 thing we have to do, keys to victory on offense, we must score in the red zone. I'm looking at 70%, okay? That's what I'm looking at. When we go down, we got to think TDs. Got to think touchdowns. When we get in the red zone, when we get the ball, we got to run the football. We got to do things play action-wise. That's why I say use tight ends in this game, especially down there in the red zone. That's going to be the key for us. We got 3 very good tight ends who have experience in the NFL, who's caught a lot of touchdowns, caught a lot of balls. We must utilize the tight ends in this game, okay? So we must score in the red zone. 70% is where we're looking at. Now, we're going to go to the defensive side of the football. Defensive side. That's how I look at it. What up, Kalaukas? What's up, George? How you doing, buddy? Doing all that for my man? Good to see you. Hey, you had a great game last week. You had a really good game. Hey, how about that? Follow it up. Follow it up. You know what Chris told you? You can't? Huh? Get some more sacks. Go do it, big fella. Looking for you this time. Now, defensively, we kind of know what they got, right? Brian Thomas is a monster on the outside. Got a pretty good young tight end. I like him a lot. Okay? Etienne is looking like his old self a little bit. And they got my man, Sunshine. Sunshine! Okay? Hey, we're going to be ready for them guys. So what do we think we have to do against this team? Well, hey, we got to go against them, right? So number 1 thing we have to do, okay, we talked about that, all right? The Etienne looks at it. Got to stop the run. Got to hit the gaps. That's what we're looking for. Got to stop the run, hit the gaps. We can't let them start using the runs to create more opportunities so they keep the ball in their hand. You understand? We got to make sure that we are controlling the clock and managing the game the way the Chiefs play ball. That's what we have to do. See, Jacksonville go down there. You know, Marcus asked me, how's it played in Jacksonville? Okay, and I tell you, I had bad memories. Okay, if you missed the little story I talked about on Wednesday about dislocating my elbow, still hurts right here. So I want them to go get a little bit of, little get back with JD. Okay, A little bit of get back for JD. Ooh, look at that right there, boy. Right there. That's what they're going to see. They're going to give him a whole lot of that. Okay? So stop the run, hit the gas. That's what we have to do. Number 2 thing. Hey, bring the heat. No sunshine. I know his joker right here, Sunshine, he'll give it up. He'll come out there with his little locks, making, he got a good throwing motion, It looks like he's, should be all world. But I tell you what, man, when you bring heat on that joker, he goes absolutely, well, he falls apart. Okay, I was going to say something else, but I know the girls are watching. Girls, y'all watching, shout out to you all. Shout out to y'all, all right? Bring the heat, no sunshine. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. So no sunshine, we're going to put it on him, okay? Number 3 thing we have to do, and I talked about this. Aggressive on the outside. We know that. We're looking at Noah Williams, okay? Trent McDuffie. We're looking at those guys to go out there and do a great job. All right? Brian Thomas been okay this year, right? I know y'all picked him up in fantasy. All right? But I'm telling you right now, this week, you better put him on your bench. I'm just saying. You better put him on your bench. You see this guy right here? This young dude right here? Hey, he's making noise in the NFL. Put Brian Thomas on your bench this week. You better do it. Hey, I'm just giving you the real. Because he's going to be able to shut this down. And we know he's one thing, he's aggressive on the outside. That's what I love about Noah Williams. He's an aggressive man. And I kind of made I said, he's so deep, he got depth to him. So he looked like he might be playing the lute or something like that when he's sitting in his room just strumming away at the guitar. And he's thinking about, how am I going to get in here? I'm going to take this ball away from all these guys out here. Okay? That's what I love about Noah Williams. Trent, it's about that time, baby. It is time for you to get you one. Let this week be that week. We know, like we said, we bring that pressure to Sunshine. Ain't nothing going to happen. He ain't going to be able to do that with it. Okay? All right? Number 4 thing. Need to create turnovers. Every opportunity that we get. So whether that be interception because we know Sunshine, right? Okay? Getting pressure on him equals probably about 3 turnovers. Just put this up here, okay? We done talked it up. 3 right there we're looking at. Okay? Same thing. At the end, at a certain point, you're doing a little fumbling. Starting to get back on track. Hey, rip the ball off. If it's wet, we have chance and opportunity to get some turnovers this game. We need to go ahead and do that to make sure we seal this deal. All right? And number 4, I said this last week. It's got to happen this week. We must win the battle on special teams. Period. Point blank. That's what needs to happen. We must win the battle on special teams. Now, we looked good last week on the returns. Talking about Harrison Buckner. We don't quite know what's been going on with him, but we feel like he's going to get straightened out. Right? We see that he's going to, I'm sure he's been talking to his wife, getting his wife to help him out with a little bit to get him back on track, what he needs to do. Okay? I'm just making fun. I'm just funny. I'm just funny right now. But Buckner, looking for him to be consistent. From here on out, I'm thinking Buckley's sitting there saying to himself, man, I ain't gonna miss another field goal or extra point. Guess what? I got a lot of faith in that guy. I do. I got a lot of faith in him. Because he's one of the most accomplished kickers in this time, of this era. And he's a young guy. He's a young guy. So he's going to be fine. He's going to be all right. We do all these things right here. This is going to be the key to victory. Hey, we're going to beat this team. I'm telling you right now. We scored 30 the other day. I'm looking probably, what we're going to be? What I say? 31-14 Chiefs. There it is. You heard it here first. That's what's going to be the score of the game. Now, let me finish this up. Who do we say we are? Are we defined by others that say that we're a two-loss team and the only wins we got is against mediocre football teams? Huh? Are we always going to take the opinion of people who are looking for our demise anyway? They don't care anything about what we do. They just want to see the Chiefs lose. We can be 16-1 and 17-0, and they would argue that the Chiefs didn't do anything to earn it, that we were lucky, that the refs have helped us, that we done had a rabbit's foot, that we had a horseshoe or four-leaf clover, whatever it is. We know we're not going to get that love. We know it. And you know what? I'm fine with it. We need to sit well with it and understanding that. All we need to do is take care of what we need to take care of. So what matters is what we tell ourselves of who we are. So every victory that we come with, week in and week out, we remind ourselves who we are. That's what we do. See, it's the other teams that need that confidence to get a win, get the confidence, stuff like that. We just say, hey, man, this is who we've been. This is what we do. The Chiefs standard becomes the standard. And that's the way it's been. And that's the way it's got to be. So we go down there and we go and dismantle these Jaguars in Jacksonville. I wonder what the narrative is going to be after this. Well, I'm going to tell you what, it don't even matter. Because we know who we are. We know who we are. It's about time you start figuring out who the Chiefs have always been. We'll see you.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.